Good morning, you're watching Deals TV. I'm Paul Dorber and it's Monday the 28th of June. Well, it's been quite a week, and if you haven't been tied up with federal politics, the World Cup and the G20 summit in Toronto, some business happenings might have passed you by. This morning we see that the paint group Wattyl has thrown its support behind a $142 million takeover from the Valspar of the US. Wattyl shareholders will receive $1.67 per share, well above the previous offer of $1.30 per share, which was again a hefty premium above the target's previous trading price. The takeover comes as the market readies for the arrival of Woolworths Lowe's joint venture into the hardware sector. So the American giant obviously sees some potential in a company with 30% market share. Also at home, and the AFR has flagged some divestments for the building materials company Boral. Yesterday we saw Telstra chief David Thodey flagging an open mind on acquisitions now that those lengthy negotiations on the telco's role in the NBN have largely been sorted out. Incidentally, telecommunications is a takeover's bright spot at the moment, with China giant China Mobile saying it was eyeing purchases in Africa. Its chief has told Reuters that a minority or majority stake would be considered for the world's largest telco. Now, as the 2010 financial year draws to a close, Thomson Reuters has taken a look at M&A activity over the past 6 months and found that Goldman Sachs remains on top, despite being on the nose with the US government. According to the figures, Goldman Sachs, known less affectionately as the giant squid, advised on more than 140 deals worth almost $190 billion US from January onwards, beating Morgan Stanley and JPMorgan. Still, the global figures were down on this time last year and were particularly affected by concerns over European debt, the BP oil disaster, and Prudential's failed bid for AIA. And interestingly, deals in emerging markets accounted for 1/3 of M&A, the largest ever percentage, and well above last year's levels too. Credit Suisse dominated that growth sector, while Goldman Sachs came in a piddly 10th. Elsewhere, there's been some pretty heavy political support for UK oil giant BP as investors speculate on the future of the company or indeed its assets. The UK Chancellor has argued that it is in the interest of both the UK and the US that BP not fall over. Elsewhere, the UK's independent newspaper says PricewaterhouseCoopers has been asked to help develop the nation's fledgling mining and minerals industry, said to be worth around $3 trillion US. A source told the paper some employees of the accounting giant are working with the country's Ministry of Mines with particular interest in an iron ore deposits close to Kabul. The paper also says that secretive European commodities trader Glencore is expected to appoint advisors for a London IPO in July. And that's it, and we'll see you tomorrow.